With the bases loaded and one out.
Oh my God!
Deep to right field.
Look at the moon. Oh my God. This is definitely not normal. Look at the moon. Oh my God. This is definitely not.
What is up? How's it going? Welcome, BTC community, XRP community, DLT community, crypto communities, BLUECREW, and all the communities out there. Guys, welcome to another DL Talk. How's it going on a Thursday, November 17th, man? Already halfway through the month, already 7 days away, I think, from Thanksgiving. Are we going to be getting Black Friday deals a week from now? Let's see what ends up happening in the crypto space. So far, just kind of a sideways day today with Bitcoin at 16K, 16.7. XRP just going in and out of 37 to 38 cents. Not doing too bad, actually, but, you know, so far, like we expected, Swell not affecting the price of XRP at all. We had it one instance before in the past. But so far, I mean, you've gotten a pretty good gain considerably from 33 cents up to about 39, 38 cents, which is pretty good. Some people are trying to take some profits. Looks like sellers aren't having a very good time trying to take down this price right now. You're seeing some wicks underneath these selling candles. Buyers looking a little bit more bullish. Maybe we move up to 43 cents very soon for XRP. I think that would be a good profit taking level personally, because we just don't know the level of how this fallout with FTX is going to ripple in the future. No pun intended. Obviously, I think XRP is one of the more safe haven-y type of assets in the crypto space, along with, you know, some others in the top 10, top 5. Once again, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a pro trader, and I'll never tell you what to do. I'm actually losing subscribers, and I'm always wrong. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Thanks for the support. We got a 30 light gold today, 100 SGB giveaway. Doing swell, no pun intended, or pun intended. Oh man, what a crazy couple of weeks. It has been a roller coaster. Let's jump into the daily roar. How about that, guys? Let's see what's up in the past 24 hours here. What gains were made for some traders possibly today. XX network at 23 cents. Actually, that's some pretty bad volatility towards the downside right here. But I'm liking, you know, I think XX is such early days. We'll take the volatility wherever it goes. It's a really good down. A lot of selling pressure been coming in with XX. New kid on the block. Finding new lows. Not encourageable. But if you look into what David Chom's doing, what XX network is doing, what Elixir is doing, it's a swing for the fences type of crypto. But at a 1 billion supply at 23 cents, we like it as, you know, I would say it's both look at the moon and swing for the fences, but maybe something like this.
With the bases loaded and one out.
Oh my God!
Deep to right field.
It's like, oh, I threw $25 here, and then, oh my God. XX Network's actually doing what it's doing. Ripple is possibly invested in the Elixir network. Chris Larson, remember. Chris Larson investing in Elixir. We like the connections there. Connections aren't everything. We need to see actuality, reality, of course. And same thing with XRP. So many connections, but we need to see the real reality with digital assets. And maybe this is just where we're at in terms of digital asset adoption at this point. It's very immature. People are scattering their money in so many different directions. But you got things that could do that, process transactions very quickly, efficiently, and make things very cheap for business, for everybody, right? Especially now that content creating business is a thing. Solo businesses, entrepreneurship is growing. 100 SGB plus 5 XRP. Right, XRP free me. Thank you so much, man. Thanks for that reminder, my dude. Sponsored by XRP free me. 5 XRP as well. So this is going to be a nice stream right here. I mean, 5 XRP could definitely take you somewhere if you're holding long term with that. I feel like. But once again, not a financial advisor, not a pro trader. I'll never tell you what to do. I'm always wrong. And I probably already lost a subscriber as we started this stream. Let's jump into the Daily Roar. How's everybody doing out there, by the way? Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Animal, DN, D. Haviland, XRP Free Me, David Brumbelow, full of XRP, Animal. What's up, Animal? Saying I got to jump into the Twitter spaces. I jump in and out, man. I just have to do, like, because we're not making money off this channel, right? But we love doing it daily with y'all. But we got to be hustling outside of that as well. And sometimes it's hard to do multiple streams in a day. You know, but we try to do this one stream daily with y'all. I wish I could do multiple streams in a day. That would be amazing. And maybe as this channel goes along, maybe one day we can hit that mark. Sniff is like, I'm holding on, man. I'm holding on. I hear you. We should equate the value of GDLT token to this channel. Like, if this channel is low in subscribers, then there's not as much adoption for GDLT token. So if maybe we can increase adoption of GDLT token and make it a true influencer token, right? And it's already decentralized. I own such a little amount compared to the rest of the Blue Crew. Can show you the numbers. And it's powered by the XRPL, so transactions with it are instant, right? Possible microtransactions in the future, why not? The future is bright for GDLT token because there's nothing but to go but up from there, right? It's on its lowest of lows. We don't even know what to do with the token yet. I think that's how a decentralized token should start, right? You just don't even know what to do with it yet, but it could do these things, these simple things well, and probably we can do a lot with that. What's up, D. Haviland? But anyways, let's get into the news. Digital Pound Foundation finalists were chosen by an esteemed panel of judges, including the BIS Innovation Hub, DXC Technology, AWS Cloud, and others who helped to determine the contestants moving on to Phase 2, resulting in just 6 winners of Ripple's CBDC Innovate. So you're telling me the BIS Innovation Hub, DXC Technology, AWS Cloud, and others helped to determine the contestants moving on to Phase, like our judging, our panel for Ripple's CBDC Innovate, which awards $150,000 to 6 winners for novel CBDC apps. It looks like Ripple, though they didn't win the CBDC Tech Challenge or Tech Sprint for the Bank of Indonesia G20 Tech Sprint, and Dragonfly FinTech ended up winning. Ripple's not stopping. They're just continuing to grow in terms of, innovating with CBDC and being, crucial innovator at that. And you're going to get really bullish on some Ripple news that we see today, you guys, without a doubt. Or you're going to do what you like. Once again, I'll never tell you what to do. And this show's terrible, so I'm just here hanging out. I'm just part of the Blue Crew here. We're going to pay the beaches with GDLT tokens. Sniff. GDLT token has the potential to pick up where FTT left off. Yes. Sniff, that should be our banner. That should be our banner right there. That should be our banner statement. Do the opposite of what FTT did. Alright, but let's continue going on. So let's check out this highlights of day 1 at Ripple Swell from Link 2. Released by Link 2 on their Twitter page just recently. Alright. Let me set up this video. Guys, appreciate everybody tuning in. Thanks for helping us reach our like goal to 30 likes. Thank you to all the viewers tuning in. Always grateful, you guys. Let's watch this video from Link 2 at the Ripple Swell event. And some little highlights that they share, which we like to see.
Hi, it's Nick Burafato, Director of Member Investments at Lake 2. I am actually in London today and tomorrow for the Ripple Swell event. It has been an amazing day. I had an opportunity to chat with Brad Garlinghouse one-on-one this morning. Also, Stuart Alderati. Got some great information. Want to share it with you. Also took some notes as each of the different speakers spoke, and want to tell you all the things that I think were the high points today, and all the things that our investors might be interested in.
And we've seen how XRP has really moved from the retail side into a B2B tokenized remittance partner.
ODL.
To a bank-to-bank tokenized remittance partner for XRP. Bank adoption of digital assets.
Is very cost effective, so it allows us to provide very good pricing to our customers, and plus the fact that it's available 24/7. It's not subject to the banking hours. Also, it's very fast. The transactions are completed in just a few seconds. So it's those benefits that really helps us in terms of improving our service to our customers.
Right now, where would XRP trade? You can't list it on the NASDAQ. Coinbase is not a broker-dealer, so you couldn't list it on Coinbase. So if the SEC, for example, had a real plan and they had thought through this, they would actually have done the hard work to create a framework for crypto to trade as a security in potentially a more efficient way. Now, look, the reality is, I think it's extremely clear, even by the law in the United States. And actually, I'll digress by pointing out something I think I said on Squawk Box this morning. The only country on the planet that thinks XRP is a security is the United States. Globally, and here in the UK, we can operate with clarity, and the reason why our business has grown so much outside the United States is because you have countries like Japan, Singapore, the UK, Switzerland, Abu Dhabi, UAE, who have made it clear, and therefore companies and Ripple and other entrepreneurs can build in those environments with clarity about what the rules are. In the United States, the SEC, I think, has really just tried to do a power grab and extend what the law says. And the law, we think, is pretty clear on this, and so we're looking forward to the resolution in the court.
Okay, so I'm going to take...
Man, Brad Garlinghouse just dropping it down right there and saying we need regulatory clarity in order to know what to do with these digital assets to begin with. And we have all these exchanges that, are dealing with regulators, obviously, right? But others that aren't legitimate and maybe doing things with cryptos they shouldn't be doing, right? Take a look at the visuals aspects. I always think the visuals every year with Ripple's conferences, Swell conferences, are interesting. So you have these kind of colorful banners here. I kind of showing kind of multinational influence, obviously. And then you have the wood, right? I thought this was very simple, but very minimal, but also really cool, right? Obviously the Ripple logo it's showing, but the idea of infrastructure of what they're setting up, right? This looks like an infrastructure sometimes that you would see in a house, like a house wall that keeps the building up, right? So I like the really simplistic approach they took this time. And it seems also, it's also an eco-friendly, probably, statement as well. But let's continue on.
Get through my...
Guys, thanks for helping us reach 10 likes. Thanks to the 15 viewers. Yeah, catching up on some Ripple Swell highlights here with y'all. And let me know what you guys think about it as well.
Notes from the day. It's quite loud in here, so I apologize. First thing is, I met with Brad Garlinghouse face-to-face, and Brad was so confident. He's got an air of confidence about him that's unbelievable. I met Brad first in 2019 back in Singapore, and he's even more confident today than he was back then. He made it clear that they're ready to settle with the SEC as long as they can get clarity on XRP. I asked him if American companies were waiting on the sidelines to jump in the game once clarity happens, and he said absolutely. And he specifically
said absolutely American companies are waiting on the sidelines to jump in on Ripple.
Said Bank of America. Bank of America
Bank of America
is a huge...
Who is at that Ripple Swell event.
partner of Ripple, and he said Bank of America stands to gain really big when the settlement happens, because they're going to have a huge competitive advantage over their competitors by using ODL in the marketplace. So Brad is very, very bullish. When asked what motivates Brad every day, Brad just said, I want to put a dent in the universe. We've heard that from Navi and Gupta, and Brad has the same philosophy. So that was fantastic. That was my one-on-one with Brad. I also chatted with Stuart Alderati, who, as everyone knows, is counsel for Ripple. Stuart is...
You know, they say they want to make a dent in the universe, but who's going to be fixing that dent? You know, don't you usually want dents to be fixed? Like, why do we want to cause harm to the universe? But, you know, I'm taking it too literally, obviously, but great stuff coming out from Brad Garlinghouse there, and excited to see what's to come, you know, in the coming years here, and more Swell events to come, possibly.
Stuart Alderati, who, as everyone knows, is counsel for Ripple. Stuart is such an impressive person. His confidence is unbelievable. You could just tell he's a master at what he does. He said the amicas, hopefully I'm saying it right, all of them were so helpful to the case and are helpful to the case. He said multiple times he would settle within an hour if they would give clarity to XRP. He made it very clear that they are ready, but I love the fact that we're hearing from Brad and we're hearing from Stuart that the clarity to XRP is still a deal killer. They've got to have it. And the other thing that really struck me with Stuart Alderati was Stuart said, I have it quoted, I have it written here on my page, he said, when we win. So he fully expects to win. As far as speakers on the stage, MasterCard was here today. Jorn Lambert, he's the Chief Digital Officer from MasterCard. Look, the first thing you have to ask yourself is, why is MasterCard here? Why are they speaking? I'll let everyone connect the dots for themselves. But he said blockchain will create efficiencies in payment solutions that will be transformational. He did go on to say the financial industry must get on board, but they are slow to change. It was great to see MasterCard here. And I'll make another connection. While I was having lunch, I was speaking to a gentleman at lunch. He works for a company called Currency Cloud. Currency Cloud is a Ripple partner. They create software that remittance companies use, and they were recently bought out by Visa. So Visa earns Currency Cloud. Currency Cloud does business with Ripple, which I think is a really cool connection, and I really thought that was neat. Then James
Wow, Currency Cloud. So not only is MasterCard at this event, but you got Visa tied in as well with a Ripple partner.
And I really thought that was neat. Then James Wallace spoke.
I really thought that was neat too.
Today, James Wallace heads up the, I don't know what his official title is, but he heads up the CBDC program at Ripple. And he is a very, very impressive person. In fact, he's a vice president at Ripple. He spoke on the stage. He talked about CBDCs being useful in domestic payments, cross-border payments. He said that obviously most people, most of our investors know that CBDCs can run on a private ledger, which is what countries really want. He talked about Palau. Palau was the first government to issue a stable coin by tokenizing the dollar, the American dollar, because it's easier to use a tokenization of the American dollar in the way of a stable coin than it is to actually use the dollar. And James confirmed with me after he spoke, I had a chat with him, that is being created on the XRP ledger. So I thought that was fantastic. James also went on to say that he thought CBDCs would start to go live in the next 1 to 2 years, and then more and more over the years. But they're
1 to 2 years, more and more over the years. I mean, the long view, obviously, here with XRP and the XRP ledger. And just crazy to be seeing what they're doing with connecting the banks, right? And the network effects that, you know, the standard could bring, the Ripple net could bring. And then having seen what ILP Summit, videos we were reviewing a couple of days back here with Stefan Thomas, former Ripple CTO, now working with a really massive project, Interledger Protocol, which is connected with the Amazons, connected with the Apples, connected with the Googles, the W3C, and interconnecting cloud, right? now, neural networks, online payment systems, multiple ledgers, right? Interoperability across all ledgers. I mean, it's hard to just think that how it's it's hard to not think that XRP could just be this black hole that ends up just sucking a ton of value from the space. But which is good and bad, but I mean, if they're doing what they're, if Ripple, just one company in that ecosystem, Interledger, just another thing in its ecosystem there, and there's Interledger just said XRP first, crypto-based interledger payments, making Interledger more efficient, easier to use. You know, that was their end game. And isn't it convenient that you have these two events, ILP Summit and RippleNet, happening just after this major FUD, right? Like, have all this awesome news coming about Ripple and XRP Ledger just after a major FUD week and continuous FUD. Here we go.
They're getting close. This was just an interesting thing. Ripple had a hackathon, a CBDC hackathon, and I just thought the names of the companies that were the judges of the Ripple CBDC hackathon. So these are just some of the names: MasterCard, AWS, Amazon Web Services, Accenture, the Digital Dollar Project, PwC, the BIS Innovation Hub. I just thought that was interesting that they're involved with Ripple and that they were helping with that hackathon. So it's just good to see those types of names working with Ripple, in concert with Ripple.
Yeah, I mean, BIS Innovation Hub, you guys, what have we been following, you know, for a really long time on this channel is how BIS Innovation Hub, remember, only a few know the plan. BLUECREW here. BLUECREW here is a bunch of tigers. Nobody in crypto space cares about this, guys. Nobody in the crypto space. That's why this channel is a very, very unique channel. Because nobody in the crypto space cares about this type of information. For some reason, they think Bank of International Settlements. They think Ripple. They think, you know, a lot of people are in the crypto space still who believe that, you know, it's going to be independent of banks, right? But what does our solution offer? ISO 20022, Interledger, Mojaloop, Foundation, Interledger connecting all ledgers, cell phone, mobile, payment providers, online, internet connections, right? The value layer to the internet, which is what the banks are migrating to, is a digital transformation here, right? So RippleNet, Interledger protocol in tandem, just connecting the big tech with the banks, because big tech's becoming their own banks in a way as well. So why not just settle the score, create that level playing field, and in a way it makes banks and value providers even more powerful, right? But it's hard to put their egos aside for the greater whole, for some, right? They're going to make it happen anyway. But Mojaloop, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Rockefeller Foundation, Google Cloud, also involved here. The winning solution for the ISO 20022 hackathon. Only a few know. Nobody cares about that stuff. Let's move on to more of this video. Wrap it up.
You know, the overall vibe here is excellent. It's very professional. When I was in Singapore in 2019, it was very professional, but it was very like more of a party environment. This is all business. I mean, it's all business here today. Everyone's here talking business and talking about what they do. It's such an impressive place to be. The last thing I want to talk about is Brad Garlinghouse. When Brad got on stage, everyone's talking about FTX. Everyone's talking about FTX, which brings us to safety and security. Brad talked about FTX. He said, look, it wasn't good for crypto, but in the end, we're going to grow stronger because of it. It's important to clean out the bad actors and for crypto to not only get regulations, but to have the good people in the business. So I just thought that was great. It's been a common theme here today. ODL. So look, Brad talked about ODL, which is on.
Dude, how consistent has Ripple been? Like, we've been seeing the same, like, just Brad Garlinghouse on a stage like this. Like, what a consistent vision they've been having, man. And like, Brad Garlinghouse has been saying this since day one, right? Going all the way back, 2016, 2017 and beyond. Like, it's just really funny how they just been the big boys in the room, man. They just keep showing up to work every day and having that singular vision. It's insane. Possibly the biggest crypto company in the space, and nobody wants to acknowledge it, right? Nobody wants to acknowledge it.
On-demand liquidity, which is the use of XRP. It was in 4 markets in 2020. It is currently in 40 markets. We went from 4 to 40, including Africa, and it's literally, ODL is now in 90% of all FX markets, which I just thought was amazing. Ripple has $1 billion of cash in the bank, so they are just rock solid. And he's just long-term bullish for the future of Ripple and the future of digital assets. And they also hired 110 people in Q3. Hey, I want to go back and just say, I used the term settlement earlier when I talked about Ripple, when I talked about Brad Garlinghouse and Stuart Alderati. And look, it could be a settlement. It could be, the end of the case, and the judge may settle the case. What I really mean to say is a conclusion. So I don't want anybody to read into it. Nobody told me there's a settlement. The conclusion of the case. But one of the things that Stuart said to me was he thinks when it's over, it's over. So I thought that was really cool. But that's it for day one. Thank you all. We appreciate your business. We appreciate your support. Be back tomorrow for day 2, and have a great night. Bye-bye.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't turn into Brad Barfinghouse. Yeah, of course. I mean, Ripple, just like anything, nothing's a certainty in this space, right? And Ripple could be one of those bad actors, and they just know how to play the game really well, right? But, we're already swinging for the fences here. And with XRP, the great thing about it is you don't even... That one, too, is a swing for the fences and moves.
With the bases loaded and 1 out.
Oh my God!
Deep to right field.
Look at the moon. Oh my God. This is definitely...
You kidding me? Working with the BIS? The BIS Innovation Hub being part of that judging panel for Ripple's CBDCs? Do we not see how this is all going down? Ripple being part of the CBDC solution, set finalists for the Bank of Indonesia. Insane. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Hopefully the XRP community enjoyed it. Shout out to all of y'all. Funky Fresh shared some really good stuff right now. Let's check out Funky Fresh's video before we get this the volume down. Thank you, Funky Fresh. By the way, if you don't know what Funky Fresh is, XRPville is his YouTube channel. He shares some really good stuff. Here we go. Once again, we just saw Ripple having BIS Innovation Hub as a panelist for their CBDC solutions. And look at this, a big old X right there on this these streets crossing right here. Project M-Bridge, connecting economies through CBDCs, Hong Kong Monetary Authority, Bank of Thailand, Digital Currency Institute, People's Bank of China, Central Bank of the UAE. We saw some of these be judges for XPX or the Dragonfly FinTech winning.
The global economy has become more integrated, but cross-border payments have struggled to keep pace. International payments are typically made through a global network of correspondent banks. While critical to enable cross-border payments, they have also introduced pain points and friction. Each correspondent bank in the chain requires time to process the payment, repeating similar checks at each step. This results in high transaction costs, slow payments, and opaque transactions to the end users. Additionally, correspondent banks are paring back their networks, leading to a form of country financial exclusion. This creates a situation where some countries no longer have first-tier access to the global financial system. The Bank for International Settlements Innovation Hub is exploring solutions for overcoming these limitations. The aim is to allow cross-border payments to be immediate, cheap, widely accessible, and settled in a secure medium. A possible solution would be a multiple central bank digital currency platform, or MCBDC. That is a technical platform that directly connects digital central bank money. Building on earlier CBDC prototypes, the BIS Innovation Hub and the 4 participating central banks joined forces to bring to life such a multi-CBDC platform named mBridge, which stands for Multiple CBDC Bridge. By providing a shared platform on which participants can conduct peer-to-peer payments directly across jurisdictions using safe local central bank money, mBridge can tackle the pain points of international payments, advance cross-border settlement in digital central bank money, and support diversification of currencies in cross-border transactions. Over the past year, the project team has moved mBridge from a prototype to a pilot phase. From August 15th to September 23rd, a pilot focused on payments for international trade successfully took place on the mBridge platform.
Successfully took place. Already a good successful test pilot.
This was the largest multi-CBDC pilot involving real value cross-border transactions among commercial banks from 4 different jurisdictions.
Well, look at there. Some Ripple partners involved.
4 central banks and 5 commercial banks from each jurisdiction for a total of
Siam Commercial Bank as well. Nice.
24 participants took part in the pilot, with the BIS Innovation Hub acting as a central coordinator.
BIS Innovation Hub acting as a central coordinator. Wow.
The pilot consisted of 3 basic transaction types. First, issuance and
Is BIS in deep with the Ripple net? Is that a way that they could become a single coordinator, right?
redemption of CBDC between central banks and their domestic commercial banks. Second, simple one-way cross-border payments between commercial banks. And third, cross-border atomic payment versus payment for foreign exchange between commercial banks. The pilot was conducted in 3 phases, with each phase seeing an addition of a new jurisdiction. A total of $12.1 million in all 4 CBDCs was issued onto the platform.
Get ready, y'all. Get ready.
This facilitated more than $22 million in cross-border payments and FX transactions made through over 160 transactions.
Payments being ubiquitous. Payments just flowing around like freaking air, dude.
The pilot demonstrated the platform's ability to transact real value payments in a real-world setting. It enabled peer-to-peer instant exchange of CBDCs to improve cross-border payment speed, efficiency, and reduce settlement risk, thereby confirming its potential. Equipped with the learnings from the pilot, the mBridge project will continue towards a production-ready platform for cross-border payments.
Supported by Accenture. Let's see if we can find Accenture's love letter to Ripple really quick. October 22, 2015, Accenture has struck an alliance with Ripple. We just saw BIS Innovation Hub judging and being in a panel for Ripple's CBDCs. Now we just see Project mBridge here. What's up in the chat? How's it going, guys? Let's get the music back down. And let's not blast your ears here. Shout out to everybody tuning in. It's Thursday. How's your guys' Thursday going? Just another day? That language is straight from the book of Ripple Tech. Definitely funky fresh. Definitely. Thank you for sharing that, by the way. Shout out to XRPville. Shout out to Funky Fresh. We should do like a little segments for certain Blue Crew members who contribute things to this channel. We should have like a little Funky Fresh, because Funky Fresh usually shares some pretty good videos with us here on the channel. We should have like a XRPville or Funky Fresh Minute or something. And we just pop up his thing that he shares with us, but like a little animation for that. Something for DN when he calls in. Maybe for Legendary too. Alrighty. Guys, 17 like. Getting very close. I guess we're almost halfway there. A little bit above. To the 30 like goal. Appreciate you tuning in, Blue Crew. You guys are amazing. Luffy in the house. How you guys doing? Animal in the house. Animal wants his little segment as well. Everybody wants... Everybody's like, make one for me. Make one for me. Alright. Let's keep going on with the Daily Roar. We got more bullish news to come, guys. That's not even... This has all just been one part of it. Some sub-penny cryptos that I like, you know. No shill here. Just my opinion. Not a financial advisor. Not a pro trader. I'll never tell you what to do. I'm always wrong. And I probably am losing more subscribers than I like. Sub-a-penny cryptos, I like SHX, XPX, ETN, Jasmy, StormX, and CSC. These are all pretty fun sub-a-penny cryptos to see if there's any high volatility that comes from them. They have pretty good substance to them. I think I would say the order is in the level of my confidence about them. Right? Like that would be my confidence meter. I would say SHX. I really like XPX. Could probably switch with XPX or SHX in the future. But I just like for the price that SHX is at right now, it's like ultimate just... You're at the bottom of the gutter here. And you're at the bottom of like the first inning. So, you know, nothing really... You don't even know what the game is yet in the baseball game. Right? But you're just walking up there, you know, with the... Maybe a medium par bat right here. Just seeing what happens. Not guaranteed, of course. But that's what we're looking for. Hopefully one of these guys can give us that, oh my god, type of moment there. Chances still? Not likely. Maybe Sif Chain? I don't know, man. I don't know if I can dabble in this. Sif Chain's tough, dude. That one's a ride the lightning crypto for sure. I don't know if I can do that, man. Sif Chain's insane. But, of course, maybe the time now that I'm thinking about bowing out on Sif... I mean, for what I have on Sif Chain, I have, you know? And we're just going to see what happens. But... Because that one's definitely just a swing for the fences. You don't have to have your best bat. But, man, it's a ride the lightning crypto. Might want to get some Revis. Okay. I just want to provide highlights and snippets for all XRP DLT community to talk about. Thanks, G. You a true supporter. Hell yeah, man. We definitely dig the stuff that you're bringing up, man, because it's stuff not just only about Ripple versus the SEC. And it's, you know, it's stuff that is actually connected with Ripple or Inter Ledger Protocol. I think you do some good stuff, man. Shout out to XRPville. Don't miss the latest episode of Off the Rails from the Faster Payments Council podcast, sponsored by Ripple partner Volante Tech. So Faster Payments Council, Walmart, right here, Rails with Matt Howarder from Walmart. Volante Tech, Ripple partner. If you guys don't know about Volante Tech and why do we bring them up in so many streams, you got to know about their plans, right? The Volpay Ripple Processor Module speeds integration to the Ripple Global Settlement Network. What's that? Oh my gosh. It smells terrible. Alex D, did you have a breakfast burrito or something, bro? Always with the silent but deadly 99-cent donation. Shout out to you, my man. thank you for the support, but you gotta slow down on those breakfast burritos. I get it. You like adding chili to them too, but my God, man. Chili and bacon, Alex D. Okay, you gotta slow down, bro. That was a killer 99-cent drop right there. I feel like listening to Head Like a Hole by 9 Inch Nails. Yeah. Good old days with 9 Inch Nails. Good band. Is this a Ripple partner or competitor removing trapped liquidity in Nostro Vostro accounts? Interesting. Let's see what we got on the Funky Fresh Minute here. Global settlement fragment removing trap liquidity in Nostro Vostro accounts. Yeah, let's check this out. I like what Funky Fresh is sharing here. All right. So much bullishness today, guys. I'm liking it. Okay.
We do one thing and we do one thing very well, right? Which is a settlement fabric or a global settlement layer between jurisdictions, between geographies. So it's solving a load of problems to do with cross-border payments, cross-border trade, essentially, and removing that friction from those processes.
So you walk around here and listening to those words, it sounds like a lot of people are doing that. What's different about what you're doing?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are looking at the challenges of what cross-border is or what correspondent banking is. We come in a slightly different way. I think if you're going to be doing something innovative and you want to drive forward, you've got to be mindful of what you see behind you and what works today. So we have a concept of what we call a global settlement fabric. And a settlement fabric just means that there's certain things that work well today and you can link them together. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go off piece,
okay,
Richard.
Go on then.
Let's grab this.
Okay.
And let's have a little demonstration of what I'm trying to explain.
Right.
Forget this. I'm just going to use this as a table, right? In each geography and jurisdiction, you have domestic payment systems, and they work today, okay? So in the UK, you've got faster payments. In America, you might use TCH and chips, wherever you are around the globe, right? Mm-hmm. So those domestic payment systems work fine today. So if you're looking at cross-border, why do you want to break that? Why do you want to interfere with that? You've already got it. So if you think of a settlement fabric, this was just sitting on the side, luckily.
Okay. You could do a magic trick or something.
You're going to do a magic trick,
okay.
Right? Have you got your phone?
I hope so. Yes.
This is probably...
Dude, this guy knows where he's getting at. I feel like this interviewer knows what he's talking about, and yet this guy is talking to this older man like he's not like a 9-year-old or something. He's like, okay, here, let me show you what a global settlement fragment is. But here we go.
The most informal interview you've done, isn't it?
Right, okay.
Let's put your phone down.
Fine.
Let's imagine
this is definitely a magic trick.
Yeah,
okay.
Let's imagine that is a payment system.
Okay.
Domestic payment system in a geography. Now, settlement fabric is everything to do with that payment system right now. Mm-hmm. So it's the financial market infrastructure, it's the central bank, it's the ledger off the back of that, it's the infrastructure that may be running on-prem or in the cloud, it's the messaging, it's the banks. And that's what makes up domestic payments, right? But if you was to look at that, there's a load of other things that are just too small that we don't talk about. You know, what infrastructure you're running, who's your core banking provider, what's the messaging layer interconnectivity with there? What are the account holders? What's the reason even behind making those transactions? All of those things collectively, they make up fabric, settlement fabric. I think in one of my talks I talked about the Force, right? So Obi-Wan Kenobi said to Luke Skywalker, the Force is everything that surrounds you, penetrates and binds you. It's a similar thing. It's the space between everything we do.
Okay.
I've not lost you.
Move me forward quickly now.
Forward,
You're starting to get a little esoteric. Come on, here we go.
So here we go. So there's a domestic payment system.
Yeah.
Now, if you can stretch that fabric, like I've done here, sooner enough, you'll find another domestic payment system. And you can multiply that. Now, the fabric touches these payment systems very lightly. It's a thin layer, okay? Integrated at a very thin layer. But because they're connected, they're now interoperable. So that payment system is now interoperable with this payment system. The banks that are connected are now interoperable. Mm-hmm. So when I think of cross-border trade, I'm in the UK over here, and I want to settle a US dollar transaction. And let's go with UK's wholesale PVP.
And the key thing is wholesale here, right? Because people are going to say, hey, I can do these things.
I mean, we all hear this from like Ripple most of the time, right? Or like I don't know what this guy is saying really that's I mean, I guess we have to wait till the end of the video. Let's wait till the end of the video here.
Things with my retail and my Visa or whatever, but you're talking wholesale.
Wholesale.
Okay.
How do you get those funds?
Okay.
So my bank over here wants to source $100 million US. Okay. You can do that via the settlement fabric. Because you're going to execute PVP, a trade. So you've done your FX trade outside of the platform with a settlement rounds. It links them together across this fabric and then makes the transaction atomically. So we lock funds, and Nick would have talked about it, isn't it, first of you? We lock funds in the US, we lock funds in the UK, and we atomically settle that immediately, 24/7 PVP. Once you've got those funds, you can make a transaction. So whatever you want to do in the FX world or cross-border, you can make immediate payments off the back of that wholesale movement.
Okay, so we're getting away from sort of the Vostro Nostro and the trap liquidity that's associated with that, are we?
Exactly.
Okay.
So you no longer have fragmented liquidity. You don't have it sitting across loads of Nostro Vostro banks. In fact, you don't need correspondent banking in the same way that we view it today. So I don't want to jump on the Web 2.0 bandwagon, but if you think of correspondent banking 2.0, what would that look like? All the banks connected in this payment system, all the banks connected in that payment system, they're now interoperable across the fabric. So I don't have a Nostro Vostro with each one of my correspondents there in the US. I have one account that's a USD account. And the US banks will have one account which is a GBP account in that example. Okay. I can use that as pooled liquidity across any of the participants and make payments to any of them because of that.
Gotcha. So unless you're going to take anything else out of my pocket to put on there, are we wrapped? Is that the story for today, the magic trick?
This guy's so over this interview right now. He's like, you have literally taught me nothing. Like, I have interviewed so many men like you saying the exact same shit, and they didn't force me to take my phone out of my pocket for some crazy little child's visual type of thing.
Trick, I just don't know what's coming from you next.
No, I'm going to leave it there today, Richard. But that's global settlement fabric, and that's what we're doing.
Fantastic. Great fun. Good to hear from you. Educational. But for now, Andy, thanks very much.
Lovely. Thanks, Richard.
I mean, he was a professional about it for sure, but I think that was the undertones there. But who is that guy? Who is the guy that he was interviewing? I would like to do a deep dive on him and see what, if there's any connections with Stellar, XRPL, Interledger Protocol, Quant, HBAR, some form of distributed ledger technology in order to make that fabric happen. Xmas Turkey. This Xmas give me mas X. Guys, we're 10 likes away from our like goal. Shout out to XRPville. Shout out to Funky Fresh for sharing this video as well. But who is this guy? I'd like to look into, what he's representing. Alrighty, guys. I think we're almost done here with the Daily Roar, and then we're going to be jumping into the Deep Reds and then doing our 100 SGB giveaway. Shout out to the Blue Crew. How are you guys doing on this Thursday? Thanks for the support. How did you guys like those videos from Funky Fresh? Did we like it? Did we like what he's sharing? Let me know. All right, so we talked about Allbridge ABR before in the past and seeing how they're building these connections with some of these layer 1 protocols. Tezos is next up, right? The launch of a Tezos bridge for Allbridge ABR. Super Deep Reds, 32 cents, 100 million total supply. That is not much. And it's been in the Deep Reds for a good long time as well. Interesting liquidity for it, mostly Solana based, but it looks like there's Binance connections. Looks like there's Tezos connections. Looks like there's Ethereum connections there. Like what Allbridge is setting up. All-time high is at 961. We don't even need it to go there. ABR definitely a swing for the fences there. But we like what they're doing. We're going to keep up with their info. Squawk Box. This is an Enron moment for the nascent industry, says Patrick, on crypto. Guys, gotta love all the FUD that's happening. I think right now it's a great time to be a tiger in this space. There is way too much FUD. And just in the same way that they pile on the FUD, pile on the bad news and how bear markets get affected with more FUD, right? Same way that when we start getting bullish and it starts, you know, being oh my gods type of level of percentages for some of these cryptos in the Wild West, because we're still in the Wild West, still always thinking regulatory clarity is just around the corner. And sure, it very may well be. We've been in this space for a while, but you know, right now there's going to be, you know, just in the same way that there's been when there's a ton of good news, it's kind of a good time to be wary. Here right now, most cryptos 80% down. Most cryptos, at least. So much FUD, so much scare tactics. And possibly the media would love a refresher. Right now, they're really focusing in on the SPF and FTX stuff that went down. I think you're going to maybe see another domino that falls. I still yet to think that we've seen the full-on, you know, consequences of this, you know, this thing, and I'm sure more drama is to come, which could possibly lead to lower prices in the market. But I think a big refresher is going to be seeing something that actually represents the market in a really good way and fully legitimizes it, right? Really means business. And Ripple looking like it could be that refresher, right? After you hear so many bad things about the crypto space and what it, you know, you'll probably even hear media saying, yeah, it has tremendous potential, but it's just really going nowhere. You know, something like that, you know. And then eventually you have something like a Ripple or, you know, Stellar or something else coming out of the woodwork. And then they're all about it. Right? Oh, it's just so refreshing to see after all the drama that went down with this SBF and FTX. You can already see where the narratives are going, you know. Maybe Hyperledger Fabric, funky fresh, very well, could be Hyperledger Fabric. Hyperledger Consortium is definitely worth noting. I would love to know who that guy is. I would love to know. All right, let's keep going on. Swift here. Missed our Inside Innovation LinkedIn live session yesterday. Watch the replay and learn about the rapid rise of blockchain technology. Blockchain CBDCs, digital assets, financial services. And looky here. Head of digital currencies at R3. Talking with Swift. They're all connected. They're all in the same rooms together, guys. It's better for them to all be connected. Everything is connected in this new digital transformation, you know. This new digital financial system. Just wait until you have Wi-Fi everywhere, just great data rates everywhere, and access to internet from anywhere across the globe, right? All of a sudden, holographic technology and AR technology and VR technology just being out of this world, right? And just being like almost commonplace many years from now. Like maybe seeing advertised, you know, like sort of like a freaking, you know, things you see in a sci-fi movie where you just start seeing like kind of projected or hologrammed type of like advertising and artwork and things like this. You know, now just imagine with like not only the access to like very strong internet everywhere, you have strong payments flowing everywhere as well, micropayments. Animal, I feel you. A lot of people, you know, especially during bearish times, we all feel always that it'll go another leg down. And it does feel that way. It seems like there's still a lot of immaturity in this space and a lot more dominoes still need to fall. A lot more corrupt actor. Like, there's going to be so much more other than just SPF. They're going to really want nobody to ever think about investing in crypto again. I feel like that's what they're really setting it up. So, like, you know, it's just not safe. It's just too volatile. There's no monetary policy, right? They're just going to want complete sentiment towards the downside. The second lawsuit is settled. I believe the big boy pants institutions will... Dude, it's going to be one hell of a campaign, you guys. That's all. I really feel like with Ripple and XRP, the way that they're doing this whole campaign on the news now with SPF and Alameda and, you know, what's going down with FTX, you're going to be seeing that just massive. Just Ripple freaking tsunami. Everybody will be talking about it. Everyone. And what will that do for the price of XRP? And then it'll go up, right? Short-term, like, bullishness. And then come back down for a moment. It'll be like, oh, is it too volatile? What's happened? Oh, my God. And the next second, it's just continuing. How do you know how USDC and DAI work on Osmosis DEX? It says Ethereum, but when I click on them swapping, it says XLR. How do I ensure they become ERC20? I think through XLR, I think that's how they connect to ERC20 is through XLR. So I'm not sure. I don't even go in that in depth there, Sniff. You would know more about using that. I'm just a simple Osmosis to USDC liquidity pool guy, and then staking my Atom, staking, you know, getting the staking rewards through Juno and things like that. People are scared enough already. Another little drop gonna make them run to the hills. Oh, for sure. And of course, more people will sell their bags, trying to just save themselves, thinking it will continue to go lower. And that will be the time for the, you know, just pivoting from there. They're just going to want sentiment to be at its lowest. It's getting pretty low, but I'm sure more dominoes, more... They already called it the FTX contagion. You're going to see a crypto virus that goes around, and it's freaking FTX. It was Celsius, really, originally. Or was it Voyager? One of those. No, Luna. The Luna fallout. The Luna contagion. TRX might be next. Wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised. Let's keep going, though. We actually had some news for Solana that came out. I'm interested to hear what people think, because I know a lot of people here hate Solana, but we're going to keep, you know, just monitoring this situation, right? We did expect that we would get to the $15 range with Solana. We got even lower here, you guys. I mean, this is ultimate sentiment at its lowest for a major layer 1 blockchain here that is maybe wrongfully being affected from this FTX debacle. But, you know, I'm just keeping track of what's going on. We're looking for a good buying moment, right? And this one could be a good one right across the board for Solana. Let's go to that piece of news just really quick, just so you guys can see. So Coinbase Cloud posting about Solana here. Solana's resiliency over the past couple of weeks has been impressive. On November 2nd, Hetzner, an affordable data center, shut down all Solana validators running on its servers. Hetzner servers represented about 20% of the stake. The network remained live. Hetzner removed many of Solana's independent validators in connection with the change of Hetzner's policy. But Coinbase Cloud was impressed by many of them remain. You know, it's still, the network kept going, right? So for context, if 33+% of the stake was to go offline, the chain would halt, or could halt, and at present a portion of the stake is still delinquent as it hasn't been moved yet. Then last week, Solana and the applications built on top of it were slammed with volatility, which brings us to today. The Solana network, handicapped with a portion of stake offline, is still running under increased load. It hasn't halted or stopped a single time. To say that things have improved would be an understatement. The recent upgrades have been crucial. Look forward to the future. There's numerous improvements expected on the horizon. To name one, Fire Dancer is really promising. And then we are looking forward to what Solana ecosystem builds next. So Coinbase Cloud defending Solana. What do you guys think of that? I'm interested to know what the BLUECREW thinks of these new, predicaments. I mean, so the fact that it remained live under crucial stress, right? Because people trying to sell, trying to buy, like just a ton of activity happening on Solana, most of them trying to sell, right? And then even though a good portion of its stake went offline, the network still managed to run. Let's keep going with some more news here. Flare Network is built different. For the longest time in crypto, bridges have been a popular attack vector for malicious actors, but this will soon change. Flare are building better bridges which are fast, fully insured, and scalable using novel and innovative protocols. I find the level of arrogance for people who think that crypto's good shocking, says Jim Cramer. What do we know about Solana? Guys, man, the Solana FUD has been heavy. What do we know about Solana coming from Jim Cramer? What do we know about XRP? Funny to put those two into similar contexts, right? The answer is zero. The reason we know zero is because the government doesn't feel it should be regulated. Guys, have you noticed that David Schwartz sent all this these posts about SBF and literally tagging SBF in some of the posts, David Schwartz, but he never once tagged Solana or Sol or Anatoly. Never once. Not made fun of them, not said anything, right? Made fun of FTX and made fun of SBF, right? Interesting stuff there. Getting ready for ISO 20022 with the deadline of March 2023. It's getting closer, guys. I mean, March 2023 is not that far away now, right? Not that far away, almost half a year from now. Many African banks will have already prepared and adapted for the change, but some will still be the process of getting ready. What did we hear about Ripple in Africa just recently being posted, right? And Solana possibly having connections with Interledger Protocol with Stefan Thomas. He usually would just say Ethereum as an example for things. But now he says Ethereum and Solana, right? When he's doing references to smart contract platforms and ledgers, right? Ripple, our customers refuse to let legacy financial systems slow them down. Navin, blockchain managing director of MENA at Ripple, welcomed on-demand liquidity customers to share the benefits of incorporating crypto solutions into their businesses. Ripple Swell. Let's check this out really quick.
After we adopt Ripple with the ODL as well, it makes the whole transactions to be much more smoother. It used to take half a day at least. Right now it's only 5 minutes to get the funds from Australia all the way to Singapore within 5 minutes times. And it allows to create more business opportunity for us as well. So based on what we have seen after we adopt, we have seen 15% growth from the day we start until today.
We can scale up, scale down. We know when our peaks are, and we can give these guys a heads up, the Ripple team a heads up. This is going to be the forecast we have ahead. And we've done that for, we've got Lunar New Year coming up. It's a huge part of our
Lunar New Year coming up? What the okay.
Yeah, and we know that that's not going to be, there's no roadblocks to that. These guys will know, our partners will know, and it's just an incredible sort of liberating process. We want to grow.
Wait, what?
Guys will
what
know
is she saying here?
Coming up, it's a huge part of our year, and we know that that's not going to be, there's no roadblocks to that. These guys will know, our partners will know, and it's just an incredible sort of liberating process. We want to grow and without any roadblocks.
Grow without any roadblocks. Let's see what else we got. I mean, Lunar New Year. When's the Lunar New Year? Why did she even mention that? I'm sure it's a big day for business, I guess. Lunar New Year 2023. So for the moon cycles, it's the Lunar New Year. A celebration is observed by numerous cultures featured in East Asian cultural spheres. Okay. Let's see what Lunar New Year animal it is. Getting into a little bit of speculative phase here, guys. Let me get the music back on for y'all as we go through this. And then we're going to be doing our SGB, 100 SGB giveaway. And we'll get into the deep reds really quick as well. Shout out to the Blue Crew. You guys are amazing. It's been a little bit more info-centric type of stuff because during the bear markets, I guess we're just informing ourselves really to just keep seeing all the building that's happening in terms of adoption of digital assets and DLT. Lunar New Year is one of the most important celebrations of the year among East and Southeast Asian cultures. Begins on January 22nd. Lunar New Year begins on January 22nd. Huh. China's Lunar New Year is known as the Spring Festival. Interesting. Spring. The X Spring. The also spring imagery from, earlier, I guess, BG videos in the past. The new year typically begins with the first new moon that occurs between the end of the January and spans the first 15 days of the first month on the lunar calendar until the full moon arise. Well, we'll have to keep an eye out for it. Each year, the lunar calendar is represented by 12 zodiacs, right? So which one's the year of the rabbit? Get ready to bounce. Alrighty, guys. Let's jump into the deep reds here. Appreciate everybody tuning in. A lot of good info today, man. Came out bullish today on a Thursday. Alrighty, guys. Jumping into the deep red cryptos. We're going to throw Solana in there, guys. We're going to throw Solana in there. We like where it's priced at. Sure, we can maybe go a little bit lower here with Solana, but man, this is... nothing's really changed, right? Outside of just kind of what went down with FTX and, FTT. But we saw that Solana didn't have anything on FTX exchange. Outside of Sam Bankman-Fried's and Alameda Research's investment in Solana, that's all there is, right? And, that could be like Solana's Jed McCaleb right there. Is just the one who's going to be releasing Solana over time or something like that, right? We've seen that happen with XRP before. So we're going to add Solana here to the mix for the deep reds today. We're looking at some interesting moments here because we would think in $15 would be the lowest here, and now we're seeing $13.51. We could possibly go lower here for Solana, but man, I think this one's going to possibly survive. Coinbase Cloud coming out to bat for Solana. That's interesting. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Shout out to all of y'all. March 21st. Okay. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. January 2023. 1, 2, 3. Avalanche at 1306, though. We got to throw Avalanche in here because Avalanche could take major advantage of all this stuff. Like, let's say Solana isn't it then, right? Avalanche has been building some major connections during this bear market, and it reached 146 without us knowing now that they're part of the Digital Pound Foundation. They're part of the securitized network, right? There's more being integrated with Coinbase as well with Avalanche. Really liking where Avalanche is going here, and they're in the same room with Ripple, right? Like Avalanche, I still think this post that Joel Katz showed us in the past has some validity. Like, why would Ripple have offices for these blockchain companies if they didn't think these blockchain companies were real, right? I can't find the image right now, but it was Solana, Avalanche, Matic, and Tezos, right? Speaking of Tezos, under $1 Tezos, we'll take it. Maybe it goes lower. Very good potential for it to go to like super worst case scenario 50 cents. But wouldn't be surprised if we find support at around maybe 82. Getting pretty close to that, but Tezos, yeah. We're adding Tezos to the deep reds for today. Theta, 89 cents might be something to look into there. Deep red across the board. Why not? Let's throw Theta in there. Shout out to the Blue Crew. Thanks to everybody tuning in. We're 3 likes away from our 30 like goal. Maybe we get to it right here before we wrap up this deep red section right here. RSR might be one, like, now it's in the swing for the fences territory. Like, you don't even have to have the best bat in the game here. You could just literally walk up to the plate. You could try out your other teammate's worst bat and see what just happens with reserve rights. A nice sub a penny crypto right here. Pretty damn good liquidity for it. You know, very high supply though, but man, at 004 range now, 88% down on the year. Wouldn't be surprised if we see 002 range maybe for reserve rights. Let's see it go into the 90% range, but here, right across the board, maybe good short-term volatility as well for reserve rights. Let's add that to the deep reds. And let's get one more. Let's check out IOTA. We're going for some major kind of layer 1 infrastructure cryptos here. IOTA at 21 cents, 84% down on the year, 2.780 billion max supply. Could be setting up a launch pad here. We're getting very close to, you know, IOTA could be about halfway through its sideways. Like, if we're going to be experiencing this kind of multi-year sideways momentum with these projects, it looks like IOTA's maybe halfway there. So 2023 could be a nice time right here. Good time to, like, a great way of ending the year is setting up the infrastructure here during these, you know, times of, you know, early 2023. The transition from 2022 to 2023 could be setting up that launch pad for some bullishness in the 2023-2024. Mrs. J Kill, what's up? XRP to the moon. Oh, are you looking at the moon right there?
Look at the moon. Oh my god. This is definitely not normal. Look at the moon. Oh my god. This is definitely not normal.
IOTA, quantum computer resistant. Nice. Definitely dig IOTA. Always good to find bottoms for these. Like, I love going back to IOTA at the bottoms. We were there at the bottom for this, you know, during this sideways market. Got a nice movement for IOTA there to the $2 range. Let's see where IOTA goes from here. Pretty good supply, good token right there. I like IOTA for that price range. I think that's our last deep red right there. I mean, we're one away from our 30 like goal, but I think we're going to hit it because we're about to do our 100 SGB giveaway. Shout out to the Blue Crew. Thank you guys so much for your support. Thanks for tuning in to another one. Let's do this 100 SGB giveaway. So once again, guys, our deep reds give me 3 yeses in the chat, by the way, that you guys are ready for this SGB giveaway. Give me 3 yeses in the chat. Free ride 75. What's up? Yes. XRP free me. You got it. All right. With the current price of Songbird at $0.01 man, it's been brutal seeing the lows here with SGB, but man, this could be the times to be accumulating. And if we see sub $0.01 Songbird, I think that's going to be bought up from the Songbird community. But distribution event could happen at any time. Crazy stuff. But once again, guys, deep red section right here. Tezos, Theta Network, Reserve Rights, IOTA, Avalanche, and Solana. Which of these two am I thinking about right now? Try to guess two of the deep red cryptos here that I just mentioned that I'm thinking about. Go. Let me pull down the chat here. Ooh, Full of XRP got it early, man. Full of XRP got it early. Theta and RSR. Theta and RSR, man. That was a quick one. That was a quick giveaway right there. Theta and RSR, my dude. Congratulations. Full of XRP. Do you want to roll over the 100 SGB to the next giveaway and make it a 200 SGB pot and make the like goal about, what is it, 25 like goal for the next one, 200 SGB pot? Or do you want to drop your SGB address in? Let me know. Roll it over. Full of XRP is rolling it over. Oh my gosh. We need to have like a little celebration for the rollovers there. We need to have like a crowd noise or something for the rollovers. Awesome, Full of XRP. Thanks for rolling it over. So for the next stream will be a 200 SGB giveaway, 25 like goal, easier to achieve, and it's a bigger stack now. Let's see what ends up happening. You guys are amazing though. Shout out to the Blue Crew. Shout out to the Green Giants. Shout out to the Ledger Citizens. Thanks so much for everybody who tuned in. Thanks to any new subscribers, any new members. Once again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a pro trader, and I'll never tell you what to do. Currently losing subscribers, and I'm always wrong, but always grateful. Thank you, BTC community, XRP community, DLT community, crypto community. Oh, yes, XRP free me. Sorry, dude. We were wrapping it up. Whoa. Let's do a 5 XRP giveaway. We're not out of here just yet. If you guys started to bounce, we're doing a 5 XRP giveaway sponsored by XRP Free Me. Sorry about that, my dude. We were on a roll there. Let's do the 5 XRP. So for a 5 XRP giveaway, give me 3 yeses in the chat. 5 XRP giveaway. Give me 3 yeses in the chat. This is 5 XRP giveaway here, you guys. We gotta hit 30 likes on this. This is bigger. This is the XRP, the greatest digital asset ever created. All right. So once again, my deep red cryptos were Tezos, Theta, Reserve Rights, IOTA, Avalanche, and Solana, right? SOL. Name 2 that I'm thinking of right now. For 5 XRP. So far, no. So far, no. This is a good one. This one's rolling on a little bit nicer. People are really competing hard for the 5 XRP here. I don't think people are going to get this one. I could go over the list again for y'all. Tezos, Theta, Reserve Rights, IOTA, Avalanche, and Solana. There we go. Digital Orgy got it. Digital Orgy, you win the 5 XRP. Do you want to roll over the 5 XRP? And would XRP Free Me want to do a 10 XRP giveaway in the next stream? That's another thing that would be. I would think you would probably just want to take the 5 XRP and run, right? Roll it over. Roll it over. What? Roll it over. We're rolling it over. Let's go. Let's go. Digital Orgy. 5 XRP rolling over. XRP Free Me, are you down? Are you down for a 10 XRP donation. Maybe roll it over to be 7 XRP. What do you think, man? Like to know what XRP free me here. I don't want to drag you into this if you don't want to do it, man. If you want 10 XRP it is. Oh my god. Let's go. Let's go. Oh man, you guys are definition right now. It's walking up to the plate with the best bat. Oh my god. We're rolling it over. Alright guys, but we're on the way out as well. XRP Free Me, thank you so much for sponsoring the XRP giveaway. And hopefully you guys enjoyed our stream today. Shout out to Funky Fresh and XRPville for sharing some good videos today. A lot of good bullishness around. You know, we got the eye of the tiger for sure. So guys, thank you so much. Always grateful. Thank you, BTC community, XRP community, DLT community, Blue Crew, and all the communities out there. The future is distributed ledger technology, and the future is bright. Our future is bright. We got the eye of the tiger, and the tiger is back. Keep it on the DLT. We'll see you guys very soon. Much love. Adios. Peace out, y'all.
Look at the moon. Oh my god, this is definitely not normal. Look at the moon. Oh my god, this is definitely not normal.